Hello and welcome guys. So this is a final video of the playlist. So in the first video we have seen what is big data, and also we have discussed about Amazon Redshift and the difference between data warehouse and data lake. And in second video we have discussed in detail about the architecture of Amazon Redshift, how it works and why query execution is faster in Amazon Redshift. And we have also seen the key difference between Amazon Redshift SQL and PostgreSQL. And now in this video we will see what is loading and unloading. This is a very important concept used in data engineering. So let's get started. First of all, we will see what is loading. So loading data in Amazon Redshift means that we are trying to load the data from data lake to data warehouse. As we discussed that all the structured data is stored in data warehouse. Data which is unstructured or structured or semi-structured, if there is no any constraint on the data, then that type of data is stored in data lake. So to perform any analytic task or perform any data visualization or do some analytics, business analytics, we need structured data. So for that we have to copy the data from data lake to data warehouse, where we will store our data in an organized way. So the process of copying the data from data lake to data warehouse is called loading data. Okay, so to perform loading in Amazon Redshift, there is one powerful command which is copy command. So we use copy command to load data, and it is much efficient as compared to insert. We can try to perform some insert query in the table, but this copy command is much efficient as compared to insert query. That's why we are using this to load data, to transfer data from data lake to data warehouse. And we can also perform continuous file ingestion from Amazon S3. Continuous file ingestion means that suppose live data is coming to the data lake, so you want to build some mechanism so that you can transfer whatever modification done in data lake, you want to reflect those modification in your data warehouse. So you can also perform that type of operation which is called continuous file ingestion from Amazon S3. And third point is Amazon Redshift allocates the workload to cluster node and perform the load operation in parallel. That's the feature of Amazon Redshift, that all the load Amazon Redshift allocate to the cluster node. As we have seen that Amazon Redshift has a cluster node, so whatever operation Redshift have to perform, it allocate parallelly so that they optimize the workload and also they perform it very fastly. And this is a syntax of copy command. So using this command you can transfer the data from Amazon S3, which is your data lake, to the data warehouse, which is Amazon Redshift. So the syntax is very simple. You have to write here copy, and then you have to give table name and from, and this is your S3 URL. This is a syntax of S3 URL. So you have to write here S3:/, and you have to pass here your bucket name and then what is the location of your file. So whatever is the location of your file in the S3 bucket, you have to pass by giving / here. So this is your URL, and to access this URL you need your Amazon S3 credential. So by typing here credentials, you can give here it's given awsiamrole. You can also give awsaccesskey and secret key in this quote. Okay, and in option you can also give a lot of parameter. So in option you can give what is the file format, like CSV, and delimiter if you're using, separator if you're using, then you can give it as like what is the separator, so that it will treat that this is a separator and after this is a new column. All the parameter you can pass here after credentials. Okay, so this is a syntax of copy command which you can use to copy the data from data lake to data warehouse. Okay, and this is what I have talked earlier. So if you want to perform some data ingestion type of thing, like you want to write some command so that if some live data or some modification has done in data lake, so you want to reflect those modification in your data warehouse, then you can create a copy job by using this syntax. So that's the benefit of using this copy job. So you can write like this copy, and you have to give here copy command. This is your copy command, so you can give like here, and then you have to give a space job create. You have to write here job create, and you have to give here job name. And if you do auto on, then it will perform continuous data ingestion. If some new file will come, then it will be copied to your data warehouse. So to perform some continuous data ingestion, you can use this command. You can create a copy job. You don't need to write a function, or you don't need to create a data pipeline for that. You can simply use Redshift SQL, this simple Redshift SQL, to perform this operation. So for continuous data ingestion, you can use this copy job. For more detail, you can visit Amazon Web Services documentation to know more about the copy job. Now we will see what is unloading data. So unloading data means we are trying to transfer the data from data warehouse to data lake. This is opposite of loading. Okay, so in unloading data to Amazon S3, we can unload data of any format regardless of data format. So earlier we have seen that here in this option we will pass what is the format of file and what is the separator and delimiter. These things we have to pass to transfer the data from data lake to data warehouse. But at the time of unloading, we don't need to specify the format of the data. Why? Because data lake is a place where you store data of any format. It doesn't care that whatever is the format of your data. It can simply store whatever you give. Okay, so there is no need to specify the format of the data while transferring your data from data warehouse to data lake. And you can also unload encrypted data. You can perform some encryption. Suppose you want to protect your data, so you can do some encryption and store that encrypted file in the data lake. This is a syntax of unload command. So to unload data from Amazon Redshift to Amazon S3, which is from data warehouse to data lake, you can use this command unload, and you have to give a simple SQL query here, whatever query you want. But make sure this copy command and unload command is very sensitive. So whatever syntax is here, use the same. Here it's single quote. So if you use double quote, then it will give error. So here you have to give a bracket, and inside this you have to use this single quote. Okay, so make sure you are using single quote here. If your query contains some quote, then make sure that you convert those queries in double quote or triple quote, something like that. But don't modify this quote, because this issue I have faced a lot. So that's why I want to address you all that please make sure that this entire SQL query is closed with single quote. Okay, so you have to use here unload, and you have to write a SQL query here, and you have to close this SQL query with single quote and also with bracket. And then where you want to copy this data from this table, so you have to specify the S3 URL. So here you have to give the location of your S3 bucket. So S3 and colon and double slash. Here you have to give a bucket name, and which is separated by slash, and then you have to give the location where you want to store your data. And then you have to give here IAMRole. You can give IAMRole, or you can give your credentials space, and in single quote you have to pass awsaccesskey access key, and you have to close with this semicolon. And that's it. You can give a format as an argument, but it is not needed here. So by doing this, you can unload the data from data warehouse to data lake. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys got some overview of what is Amazon Redshift. So thank you guys. Thanks a lot for watching this video.